So today I want to take a moment to talk about a grenade launcher that has stolen my heart, that of course being Outrageous Fortune. This Pinnacle Ops GL is certainly something worth having. With renegades around the corner, this can be one of those weapons you certainly want on your loadout when you jump into that expansion for the first time. Now, before we jump into this one, I just want to say, if you enjoy the content and want more from me, be sure you hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified on when my next video drops. Renegades coming up means a ton of new Destiny content on the channel. I'm really excited for this one, especially what a Star Wars expansion might offer. With that out the way, let's jump into all the perks that can roll on this weapon. So here on screen are going to be all those perks. Now we are labeling it so you can follow and reading from right to left. All the way to the right, we have 3 origin traits. The first one, Problem Solver, reads like this: dealing sustained damage to champion, mini boss, or boss combatants, exhaust them, and grants this weapon handling and reload speed. Exhausted targets deal reduce outgoing damage, so this is a nice little way of helping you survive some stuff in higher end content. Since this is going to be a grenade launcher, you will require 3 hits to trigger this origin trait. This will probably be my top pick in most cases, but the origin trait under Vanguard Determination is also pretty nice. So after using your class ability, final blows with this weapon grant you bonus damage resistance. Per stack, you can expect 2%, 4%, and 6% damage resistance, and the final origin trait underneath this one is going to be Hake Breach Armaments. This can also have some value depending on the content. So this weapon deals increased damage to vehicles and constructs. Constructs include barriers, turrets, stasis crystals, and other objects created in the field. This might not be juicy, but it does have a lane to be valuable. I've been using a stasis build a lot this Ash and Iron update, and Hake Breach Ornament is actually a pretty solid one to pair with this one. Now, with origin traits done and discussed, let's slide over to column 4. And in this column, you can expect to see perks like Chain Reaction, Bait and Switch, Binary Orbit, Explosive Light, Burning Ambition, and Full Court. Next to this, in column 3, we have Blast Distributor, Envious Arsenal, Incandescent, Field Prep, Impulse Amplifier, and Stats for All. And for magazines, we have Spike Grenades, Augmented Drum, Mini Frags, Proximity Grenades, Alloy Casing, High Explosive Ordnance, and High Velocity rounds. In all, for a solar heavy GL, this has a lot of those perks that can truly make this stand out in the sandbox. So with the God Roll, things should be fairly clear. Now, as per usual with the God Roll, perks above the black bar are going to be my top picks. Perks under are just as good, but for whatever reason, just they didn't make the cut for me. So for barrels, since this is going to be a GL, something like Volatile Launch is going to be my top choice. A base blast radius for this GL is at 20, so a plus 15 from this barrel bumps that up to a 35, which helps our other perks out a little bit. More on that fairly soon. Now, alternatives, you got barrels like Quick Launch and Smart Drift Control. Neither bump up blast radius here, but they do have other buffs elsewhere that are very nice. In all, though, any barrel that doesn't hurt blast radius too much should be fine. I would probably say doesn't, but again, you'll see with the next column on whether or not that truly matters. So for magazines, I will be very harsh with your options. Spike Grenades is pretty much the only mag here that truly makes the most sense. Reason for that is that this will buff our impact damage on direct hits by 12.5%. But do keep in mind that technically, if you want to maximize the most out of this increased damage profile, the lower the blast radius stat, the better this buff is. Don't worry, it's only a slight higher difference, so if you want to ignore it, be my guest, but I know some of you guys are technically going to be really specific about me not calling this out, so I will call it out. It is something worth mentioning, but again, nothing too much to concern yourself with. There is really no alternatives here, but really anything here will be fine if you are still searching for a God Roll with Spike Grenades in the mag slot. Now for column 3, this is where the fun begins. Get the Star Wars reference? Incandescent is my top pick here. Weapon kills trigger a solar explosion that applies 30 scorch stacks, 40 with Ember of Ashes, and deals up to 30 damage to enemies within a 4-meter radius of the target. Killing elite or higher tier combatants and players increase the radius to 8 meters and applies 10 more scorch stacks. Scorch damage can be increased through weapon damage buffs. So, for example, if you are a Titan main like myself, an exotic armor piece like Path of Burning Steps is a great way to buff this perk even more. We do have a build on the channel if you're curious on how that works. Alternatives to Incandescent are going to be perks like Envious Arsenal and Blast Distributor. Do keep in mind that not only is Envious Arsenal a great perk for reloading a weapon, but the enhanced version reaction also buffs the weapon ammo generation stat by a plus 20. So for column 3, you will have plenty of options. Now, same really goes for column 4 as well. Now for my top pick, this really goes to bait and switch here. It's easy to proc and the benefits are solid too. So deal damage with all equipped weapons within a short time to give this weapon a damage boost. This buff is going to be a 30% increase in damage. It's still one of the best perks for a heavy weapon. Now, alternatives to bait and switch will really be something like explosive light and chain reaction. Even binary orbit to a degree is nice, but it can be a little bit more restricting in how you can proc for my personal liking. So yeah, these 3 can be really solid alternatives to bait and switch. If I was to remove one, it would be binary orbit, but if you feel that the other perks here isn't to your desires, then sure, add binary orbit instead of that perk. So the options here are going to be plentiful, but I think we all can agree that bait and switch is going to be king in column 4. Now for masterworks, really it can be anything. Just keep in mind that what I said earlier about spike grenades and blast radius if you care about that fact. But in all, this is going to be what you should be looking for with this GL. Now in all, that's going to be the video. This weapon is going to be a really solid one, and shame on me for taking so long to drop this video for it. It deserved the love much sooner, but hopefully you have a stockpile of these bad boys in your vault, and this video can help you sort out the ones you truly want. And if you don't have this weapon, you can find it in the Pinnacle Ops section of the portal, but little RNG, and I don't think it's going anywhere with Renegades, so you could definitely still get this, but yeah, you should probably try and get one if you can. But that's going to be the video. As usual, leave your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to drop this video a like, helps with the video a ton, and if you want more content from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified on when my next video drops. Thank you for watching as always. Until next time, ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.